Okay, I'm not sure how educational this is going to be, but I had fun doing this. So a couple weeks back, I took my thermal imager to our X-ray lab at Mesa College and took a few images, both stills and videos, and I just thought I'd show you these. This is obviously our X-ray tube in room 1, and I just thought it was interesting the sections of the tube construction that actually got hot. I initially thought like, hey, I'll take a video of the X-ray tube making an exposure, because we all know with thermionic emission, there's a lot of heat generated. Didn't come out quite how I expected, but I'll show you that video in a moment. But anyway, here's the X-ray tube. The control panel itself here, this is a Shimadzu unit. The control panel in room 2 here is pretty hot. It got up to 96 degrees, almost 97 degrees at the touchscreen. So what's interesting is, it's hard to tell on this image, but this is a clear window, lead equivalent glass window. You can actually see, I'm not sure what that is, if it's part of the wall bucky, but it's producing some heat that's visible through that window. I just thought that was interesting. Over here you've got the DR detector charger and the DR plate here. And this image was really cool. These are digital x-rays that have been printed on laser film, hung up on the view box, the light box that we have in the main classroom. This was Mandible Day, so as the students were practicing, I was kind of walking around between answering questions and taking these images. And here's our axiolateral and axiolateral oblique mandible views that we reviewed in class that day. The light box got pretty hot. I forgot to take a picture on the really, really white sections, which are supposed to be the hottest, but it was, if I recall correctly, about 111, 112 degrees. And here's that video. So like I said, I was thinking the X-ray tube would generate heat. You know, the tube itself is contained within this lead housing running behind the display that you see here. So I'll play this video. You can hear it's talking in the background a little bit. It's rotoring, and it exposed. I didn't really see a change. We kind of talked about not really seeing any changes. So that just goes to show that all the insulating properties they build into the machine really don't let a lot of the heat produced by the X-ray exposures escape. I thought we'd see a little bit, but maybe it's just a well-constructed machine. What I did find interesting was this is the back side of the tube. You can see the handles on the front that we were just looking at. The collimator box, I actually should have taken a better picture. It was up to 127 degrees in this white spot here. You couldn't hold your hand on it for very long because it would actually hurt and burn. But the collimator box, especially in a classroom where everyone's practicing positioning, is the hottest component. You can't even see the X-ray tube really heating up much here. I would argue that this little bit of heat you're seeing here is probably dissipation from the collimator box and not necessarily any exposures that were made. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. I just got a quick snapshot of a couple of the students here who wanted to be seen on thermal. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. Hope this was a little bit entertaining. But yeah, that's what we saw with the thermal imager in our X-ray lab.